Good morning. Welcome to Morning Expresso. I'm Charulata Biswas. You're watching the Indian Express. From ED summons to Congress leaders Sonia and Rahul Gandhi to Rafael Nadal's mastery over the clay court. Here are the top stories from today's edition of the Indian Express. The big story. Weeks after the Enforcement Directorate questioned Congress leaders Mallikarjun Kharge and Pawan Bansal in connection with its National Herald money laundering probe, the central agency has summoned the party's President Sonia Gandhi and Lok Sabha MP Rahul Gandhi to appear before it on June 8th. The ED case is based on a trial court order that allowed the Income Tax Department to probe the affairs of National Herald newspaper and conduct a tax assessment of Sonia and Rahul Gandhi. Here are the stories you will find only in Indian Express. Opining on the Supreme Court panel's censure in Hyderabad encounter case, Yashovardhan Azad writes that Disha case is another wake-up call. Instant justice and public acclaim gave a temporary high but scarred the image of the police and the state. As a critical pillar of the criminal justice system with the widest public interface, it is incumbent upon the police chiefs to stay on course. They should firmly caution their men that their job is to bring the accused to justice, not to dispense justice. Let's have a look at the front page. At the heart of the courtroom debate over the Gyanvapi matter, the hearing of which will resume in the Varanasi District Court on July 4th, there is a 1942 ruling of the Allahabad High Court that dealt with the ownership of the mosque and the land surrounding it. The plea by 5 Hindu women seeking the right to worship Ma Shringar Gauri on the outer wall of the Gyanvapi Mosque complex claims that statements of witnesses in 1937 prove that Hindu idols were worshipped in the disputed premises. Meanwhile, in Bihar, breaking ranks with the party on the issue of caste census, the Bihar unit of BJP joined all political parties of the state to unanimously decide in favor of a state caste census. After an all-party meeting, Chief Minister and JDU leader Nitish Kumar said, since the centre has made it clear that a nationwide caste census cannot be done, the state has decided to conduct its own. And in Punjab, the Bharatiya Kisan Union has pegged the number of suicides of farmers and farm labourers in the state at 55 since April 1st. The Indian Express visited the homes of a few suicide victims and found behind their deaths a mix of common factors. Runaway debt, especially from the informal sector, successive crop failures, high land rentals and rising farm input costs. You can read the whole story in Indian Express. Here are the must-reads. Months after the assembly elections in Uttar Pradesh, the focus has shifted to the crucial Lok Sabha by-polls that will be held in Azamgarh and Rampur. One was held by party chief Akhilesh Yadav and the other by Azam Khan. Reported differences between the two leaders whose election to the state assembly necessitated the by-elections may have implications for the outcome of the battle in Rampur. And after 5 years of an electoral alliance, the AIADMK's under the surface anti-BJP sentiments are out in the open. The organizational secretary accused the BJP-led central government of stealing states' revenue, besides blaming the party for the poll defeats, losing minority community support and anti-Tamil policies. Maruti Suzuki, India's top car maker, wants the government to review a proposal to make 6 airbags mandatory in passenger vehicles, citing its impact on the price-sensitive entry-level car segment. We explained the proposed mandates on vehicle safety and challenges faced by manufacturers in implementing them. Sri Lanka's announcement that it plans to develop Trincomalee as an industrial harbour has stirred up geopolitical interest in that part of the Indian Ocean. The deal could see the crisis-hit nation put up a couple of thousand hectares of land on lease to set up industries in a special economic zone and the associated development of the strategically located port. Despite concerns over his declining physicality and the disadvantageous night scheduling, Rafael Nadal provided an over 4-hour-long exhibition in clay court mastery to take down Novak Djokovic and book his customary spot in the semi-finals of the French Open. We break down the 13-time champion's performance in our latest article. And in today's Daily Confidential, the mood at 7th Tughlaq Road was somber as its occupant, socialist stalwart Sharad Yadav, moved out of the bungalow after over 2 decades. He's not going anywhere. He will surely return, his wife said, rejecting suggestions that Yadav moving to the margins of Delhi also mirrors his current stature in national politics. And finally, in today's episode of the Three Things podcast, we talk about the legacy of legendary singer KK, who passed away on Tuesday. We also discuss the monkeypox disease and how worried we should be about it. That's a wrap for me today. For the latest updates, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, The Indian Express. Thank you so much for watching.